Djokovic, 23rd major title. That's what's up.
Killing.
Yo. We back. Welcome back. It's been a little minute, but the man pod is back. I want half the pod. Darius Butler got my co-host, Antoine Bethea.
What it do, baby?
Yes, sir. We back with a lot to talk about, a lot to catch up on this June 12th, already 2023, Monday. The man pod is back. As usual, as always, if you want to tap in, obviously the live chat, the comment section, and also on Twitter. We got Tone scouring the Twitter timeline. Use that hashtag M2MLive. The Man Pod is brought to you by our presenting sponsor, FanDuel Sportsbook, the greatest sportsbook in the land. How was your weekend, AB? I'm glad to be back, man. We got a lot to catch up on.
A lot to catch up on, man. Weekend was good. Making some things happen, but weekend's good, family's good, man. Can't complain, man. Can't complain.
You still been working on the golf game or what? You ain't
Hey,
fell
man,
off
golf.
yet,
Got some. I had lessons Friday.
Let's go.
I had lessons Friday, and then I have another lesson set for the end of the week, man. So this week I think we're gonna go out and we're gonna hit 9 holes.
Okay.
We consistent with it right now. We consistent with it. So we moving in the right direction.
Hey, that's all that matters, man. We definitely gonna catch up on that. Got some golf news. Obviously PGA, Live, that whole, not quite a merger, but a lot going on with those two factions coming together in the golf game. Had a big tournament, big finish yesterday in the Canadian Open. We're gonna talk about that on the course and some off course, I guess on course action too. Obviously we got the finals, NHL, NBA.
I don't know, Florida.
Back against the wall right now, AB.
I don't know, Florida. We gonna talk about it though. We're gonna talk about it. A little bit of NFL news. Some NFL news as always. We got some mandatory mini camps. We got some big names on the move and still available in free agency. Obviously, we'll talk about that. Dalvin Cook, DeAndre Hopkins, some very big names, very good players, but I think a lot of tread still left on the tires. What else we got to talk about? It's race week in F1. Canadian race week, man.
Grand Prix.
You got some boxing. We can talk some boxing a little bit. Floyd fought this past weekend, had a little skirmish in the ring. We'll talk about that. His exhibition fight.
Yeah, we definitely got to talk about that. Baby Grunt, Baby Grunt, the little kid. We got to talk about that situation. Obviously, coming from parents, coming from former professional athletes. I'm sure we both had some opinions on it. Maybe we agree, maybe we disagree. We haven't really talked about that yet. So looking forward to that conversation.
And even we got another topic we can talk about, man. Zion Williamson, man. We can voice our opinion on Zion. It's a lot going on. But as you said before, we jumped on. We got a lot to talk about, a lot to catch up on.
Oh yeah. Some great June 12th headlines and topics. Obviously, this is the off time. We used to love this time as players. You wrap up mandatory mini camp, and you got that good 5. The Jets even longer. They're not even having mandatory mini camp. So probably 6-7 weeks off before you report the training camp, and then it's you all in from there. So it's gonna be fun. A lot to talk about. Should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to some comments from the squad. As always, we're going to see y'all on the other side.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we talking. Man to man, they can't guard me. Man to man, they don't want to see us. Man to man, they don't know how to beat us. Man to man, 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 yeah, man to man. that's in me, that's why I want it so bad. Must be the hustler in me that keep my foot on the gas. When you got it from nothing and hard times ain't so bad, just know I'm coming for everything that they said I couldn't have. I put my life inside it, yeah, I kept it solid. Yeah, I played the field, that's how I feel about it. We put numbers on the board, we always up the score. Yeah, we stuck to the plan and never ran. Now they can't see it, man. Yeah, we talking, man to man. They can't guard me, man to man. They don't wanna see us, man to man. They don't know how to beat us, man to man. Man to man.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Shout out Yoko, man. That don't still ride, man. That man
still fire. It's been a little minute since I heard it, man. Still fire.
I'm gonna get Yoko on here one day, man.
You got to. That's mandatory, man. We'll be what you want to jump out with, man? Which final series you want to jump off with?
We gonna jump out there. Game tonight, man. Nuggets got a 3-1 lead over the Miami Heat. Game 5 tonight in Denver. D-Buck, man, what y'all gonna do tonight, man? Backs up against the wall.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta get a win or y'all gone fishing. Y'all gotta get a win tonight. Can y'all get it done?
Yes. Obviously.
Ho.
What?
That didn't sound.
That didn't sound convincing
at all. Can y'all get it done? There you go.
Yeah. Yes.
There you go.
All right. There we go. Yes, absolutely. We can get it done, man. You know how this team is built. You know, it's a bunch of fighters over there. We've been. Everybody acting like the series over. Obviously, we've seen a 3-1 comeback before. We ain't got LeBron and Kyrie out there, but we've seen it done before. It ain't over till it's over. We'll be on in hostile territory. It's tough to win at altitude. We know that. We got the last one we played there, game 2, is that our only win in this series. So it's definitely possible to win and extend this series. Obviously, going to be tough. You got the Joker playing like he's always been playing for these last few years. Jamal Murray, he's getting in his bag as far as, distributing. We blitzing, trying to get the ball out of his hands. Aaron Gordon has been huge on both ends of the court in this series. So it's going to be tough. We definitely got our hands full, but, we get it done. I trust Spo. I trust the guys to get a win tonight, bring it back to Miami, hopefully get another win, and then push this thing to Game 7. And, anything can happen in Game 7. But, yeah, as a fan, I got to absolutely say yes. And even as an objective NBA analyst, I would say yes as well. We are 9-point underdogs, too. So even if we don't win, I know we're going to cover. We're going to fight for sure. But what's your thoughts on this series? Obviously, you picked the Nuggets to win it. I'm sure you're probably feeling pretty confident in your pick right now.
Very confident. Just watching these 4 games, man. Just deep down inside, I really do want the Heat to win. Mm-hmm. I just think it'll be just good for the league. Jimmy Butler, Coach Spo, and just the team. You got a lot of guys that went undrafted. I just think it will be a good storyline. But I'm a realist too. And I have 2 eyes, and I know what I've been watching these past few games, man. In Denver, man, I just feel like they're just a better team. And the Joker just seems like, he can score at will. He can do whatever he wants at will. There's no stopping Joker. And like you said, Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon, they just been playing their part. And, even the bench play's been good. And, going back home, hostile environment, I think they close it out tonight. It's just been
gentleman sweep.
Hey, gentleman sweep, man. We let y'all get one. Y'all went back to Miami with high hopes. And we're gonna finish y'all. We're gonna put y'all to bed, man. So I definitely got Denver. I got Denver winning tonight, winning this series 4-1. Hell of a season. Hell of a season by Miami, man. It was a good run for the boys, man.
but I don't think they leave Denver tonight with a dub.
I mean, we'll see. Once again, we 9-point dog, so obviously that's how everyone feels. The books feel that way. The fans feel that way. If they're gonna win it, if the Nuggets do win it, I would much rather them win it in Denver and not down here. I'm still traumatized. I forget what year it was, but that year that the Heatles lost to Dallas in the finals, and
Dallas was in Club Live.
I was
getting
in there.
it in.
Me and the man-to-man pod alum Ty was in there. Shoot, Coach Mike Mitch, we was all in there. And they came in there, man, biggest Ace of Spade bottles I ever seen. Came in there with the trophy. You just see Dirt, Cuban. Lil Wayne was in there selling out. They dropping blue and white confetti in Miami. So I'm traumatized with that. So if they do win it, I hope they win it in Denver. But like I said, I think we fight. I think we get it done. Obviously,
y'all definitely gonna fight. Y'all definitely gonna scratch. Y'all definitely gonna claw. That's one thing you don't have to worry about the Miami Heat. Y'all gonna come in, y'all gonna play, and y'all gonna play hard.
Lakers, Celtics. You don't have to. I heard you say we about 2 minutes ago. I'm
going for the Denver Nuggets. You know what I mean? No, they're not my team, but I picked them. So yeah, just in this case, I'm gonna say we.
Celtics. Lakers.
I'm drinking a little bit of deep butt juice. I got a bunch of teams out here right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of. I'm glad I just been rocking with the same teams throughout these playoff runs. But hey, we shall see. Some people say we overachieved. We expect to be here. We came in as an 8 seed, play in, had to fight for it. Denver Nuggets. They've been this all year long. I know we don't watch them a ton. A lot of 10 o'clock games. West Coast time. Hard to stay up. It even was hard to stay up in some of these playoff games, honestly. But they've been. This is who they've been all season long. Number 1 seed. Joker probably should have won this. Probably should have won this 30.
Ain't no problem. Ain't no problem.
It's a regular.
Hey, no disrespect. No disrespect to Joel because he had a great season. But Joker, man.
It's tough. It is a regular season war, and it's hard, but it's hard to unsee what's going on in these playoffs. It's really hard.
30, 20, and 10.
It's hard to unsee that. Now, sticking with Joker before we move on, I saw a tweet, and we probably had the conversation, and you probably had the conversation with other people. Joker, unbelievable resume. You watch him on the court. If you know basketball, if you don't know basketball, you can. That's a really good player. Every time the ball touches his hands, something good happens. I saw a tweet, might have been this morning, saying, if he wins this, he closes out, get this chip, he's up in that top 5 centers of all time. Obviously, you got Wilt, you got Russell, you got Kareem, Shaq, the Dream. Does he crack that list for you if he closes this out? Or shit, even if he doesn't, top 5. Top 5.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a hot take. Yeah.
I personally, I don't think that's a hot take.
Yeah. I mean, I won't say a hot take, but it's tough because again, you said Wilt, you said Bill, you said Kareem, you got Shaq, and you got the Dream.
The Dream, yep. Hakeem Olajuwon.
So right now, David Robinson, I put him over David Robinson right now.
Put him over the Admiral. Okay.
I put him over the Admiral. So what I'm saying as far as top 5, it would be hard to take one of those 5 out to put Joker in. It would be hard. Now,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's the only reason why I say that. But what Joker has been doing on a consistent basis, and he has a lot of time left in his career, barring any significant injury. But yeah, man, I might have to put him in that top 5, D-Buck.
Yeah. And I know it sounds like a hot take, and he, like you said, he's still relatively young. What is he? Probably 28, I think.
Yeah, young. Yeah.
Yeah. Came in 2nd round pick. Everybody got drafted with the Taco Bell commercial on. A lot of people didn't know him coming over from Serbia. But what he's done already, back-to-back MVPs. Once again, was a runner-up, I believe, for his third. I know it's a lot of analytics and numbers, and he's kind of top of the list and all that stuff when it comes to that efficiency and shit like that. But yeah, man, he would be in my top 5. And obviously, you didn't watch Kareem and Russell play, right? But you know who Kareem was.
Yeah.
Coming out, he was like that hype that LeBron had. Kareem had that before all that, and then won championships on every level, dominated on every level. 6 championships, I believe. Who know? I forget how many MVPs. Bill Russell, 11 rings out of 13. Shaq, most dominant force we see on the court.
Yeah.
Hakeem, unbelievable two-way player, skill set unmatched. But
who would you take out if he's in your top 5?
It's not fair, but it would have to be one of the old heads. It has to be one of the old heads. And
which one?
MVP, it has to be Russell.
I'm taking Wilt out, man, because I'm calling cap on the 100.
Yeah, or Wilt. There we go.
I'm calling cap on the 100-point game until I see it. I'm calling cap. You know what I'm saying? Until I see, I'm calling cap. So like Bill Russell, 11 out of 13. Kareem. We got some footage there. Wilt, 100. Yeah, go ahead and write it on the piece of paper.
You mean to tell me you're not buying that, man?
Nah, man, I'm not buying it, man.
And the thing about Wilt too, he ain't win enough. You know what I mean? He ain't win enough chips. If you're gonna be in that area, I know that Bill Russell shit. What was it? Probably about 8-10 teams in the league when he was winning all them chips. And Bill Russell is a legend. First black coach in the major league. So to be a player, be a coach, unbelievable champion. But Joker honestly would be on my Mount Rushmore when he came to centers. And I know I was born mid-'80s, so I ain't see them all, but he on my top 4 when it comes to center. Just his impact on the game. It ain't sexy. Obviously, you don't see him. He ain't jumping and dunking over but his game, like
top
his touch
4
around the rim, his passing ability, just everything dude doing is unbelievable. So yeah, I would. He on there for me. What you mean to tell me?
Yeah. Nah.
So Wood out of there. Wood out. Joker in.
Wilt out. Joker in, man. Man-to-man pop, man. We taking Wilt out, man. Joker's in our top 5.
Sorry about it.
Hey.
NHL Stanley Cup Finals.
Ugly.
Them Vegas Knights, them Vegas Golden Knights, they are a mob on that ice. We almost got them. This last game at home, lost 3-2. Series at 3-1 right now. Stanley Cup will be in the building when they play again in Vegas, Game 5. Once again, unbelievable fight to get into the playoffs, and then ran through the Boston Bruins, the Maple Leafs, the Carolina Hurricanes, and now we kind of ran into a buzzsaw right now. But down 3-1 right now. I don't know how much the action you've actually been watching. I've been tapped into the games, great games, but
3-1.
Where you
get all that? Y'all down 3-1. What y'all gonna do? Do you have faith in the Panthers?
Fan, got to.
I know that answer.
I got faith.
Next year.
Chucky, Swaggy, Bob in the net.
Next year.
Cap, Barcove. You said next year.
Next year.
Nah. I got faith. We Panthers in 7, Heat in 7. Now, who do I have more faith in? At this point, that's probably the question. Probably my Panthers. I think I got slightly more faith in my Panthers.
Man, we going so this is what we're gonna do. As a brother, we gonna go ahead and jump to the NFL and college football. So hopefully Miami Dolphins, maybe the Jacksonville Jaguars, can do something for the state of Florida. And then, you know, maybe Miami, Florida State or something could do something. But I just feel like at this point, at this juncture, Miami Heat had a hell of a season, and the Florida Panthers had a hell of a season.
That's what
Something
I
they
like.
we can tip our hat off to them.
That's what I
But
like.
it's a
Count
wrap
us
for
out.
them.
Count us out.
It's a wrap.
That's what I like. Count us out, baby. You and everybody else. Count us out.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap, baby.
That's what I like.
Being a true fan means being a realist with your squad and your mob.
That's not part of it. Jets fans been talking about Super Bowl for how many years? The Cowboys fans.
Them fans are delusional. Everybody in the world say Dallas Cowboys fans are the most delusional fans out here. Delusional. 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 A true fan. You know what? We got a great team. You know, we made it this far. I'm happy about this. Now we got something we can build off of.
We got Messi coming down too.
Hey, now that's
Miami.
Hey, now that's something we can talk about.
We got Messi coming down. We still got Brooks kept his South Florida kid. He just won his 5th championship. Dolphins should be, you know, Jaguars. That's North Florida.
I mean, Florida, y'all. You know,
that's we cool. But what else we got, man? What you want to get to next?
Man, I thought we don't have the Messi.
Now see it in the brands.
But let's talk about it though.
Yeah,
let's talk about it. Like I think that's big, that's huge. You know, just for the MLS.
That's big
for Miami. US. That's what I was about to say. For the MLS, for Miami, for the US. I know he had another offer on the table to go elsewhere, but he chose to come here, come to the States. There you go. And then just even talk about how the owner, Beckham, how he got into that deal and what his deal was. Yeah. So to be able to, get Messi here to the States, man, I think that's gonna be huge. And I'm excited. You know, my little man, he's getting big in soccer now, man. So I would love to be able to take that trip and see one of the greats in action, man. But how do your Floridians feel about this, especially you down there close to Miami?
Yeah, this is huge, and obviously it took a lot to get him down here. Once again, it's been harder and harder to turn down that money from out east. But I think it was reportedly he was offered like $300-400 million a year. I think the last reported offer that I saw he turned down was like 3 years for like 1.6 billion or something like that. Something crazy.
Right?
The MLS, I believe, at least based on reports, he's getting a cut from the merch with Adidas and MLS. He's getting a cut from the Apple TV deal that's done with the MLS. So, you know, he'll still be well taken care of, and he'll be living and working in Miami as opposed to, I think, one of the Saudi leagues. So we happy about it, man. It's a big down in South Florida, especially in Miami. It's a melting pot. A lot of different cultures, a lot of different people from different places. When the World Cup is on or when something like that is on, it's like you go to one of these sports bars, like it's only soccer fans in there. You hear them, you feel them. I watch it casually. I watch the World Cup when one of the big games are on, big matches are on, and just that energy from a soccer or football game. It's a lot of passion, it's a lot of energy, it's a lot of history, and this is arguably the greatest of all time. Now, I'm sure a lot of people that have followed the game will, probably say a different name here or there. But in the time that I've grown up, what little I do know about soccer, this is at least one of the greats, and definitely be on the Mount Rushmore. Just won the World Cup for Argentina. Helped them win the World Cup. So this is huge, man. Like you said, big for the MLS, big for the US. You saw their followers on Instagram, I believe, go from 1 million to like 6 million.
To like 6, yeah.
After the news, you saw the ticket prices, so that's crazy. So the impact is already here.
We should be breaking ground on the stadium that they, promised the Miami fans years ago. It should be breaking ground. It should be done with that by 2025. I don't know how much tread will be left on the Messi's tires at that point, but it's big, man. Reportedly, what?
Jeez. 1.9 billion to play in Saudi Arabia. But the MLS offered, like D-Bus said, a share of Apple's revenue generated by MLS season pass, and also a share of Adidas profits from his MLS arrival when he retires, an option to buy a new MLS club. So that's where it's at right there. Play the long game. Play the long game. But 1.9 billion. Hey, that's a lot of bread. 1.9 billion to be able to turn down. So just imagine you being able to turn down a $1.9 billion deal.
That's hard for me to believe. I know it's messy. I know that's hard for me to believe. 1.9 billion. That's tough. I ain't gonna lie. That's tough to turn down. More power to him. Honestly. 1.9 billion. That's a lot. But you see the deal he got here, and Messi I think he said, I saw in an interview, he said, money wasn't the motivating factor in his next decision, and it's obvious. It's no bullshit if that's anywhere close to what he turned down. But shout out to Messi, man. Messi,
yeah, and
Messi to Miami. That's huge. I'll be down there for sure.
And then the last bullet point was, at the end of his career, being able to own an MLS team, an MLS club. So the owner of the Miami squad, Beckham, he did something similar as well, and just the valuation from when he bought it to what the club is worth now, So again, when you're looking at them investments, it's about the long play.
You guys got a pro team out there in or MLS team out there in Charlotte?
We do. Okay. Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Yep. So I know
it's growing.
Yeah, it is. And the games be packed out here too.
Yeah, and then for kids, like you said, you mentioned your son, but for kids to see that as well, it just why is the talent pool? I don't know what the hell going on with this camera. Why is the talent pool as far as with more kids playing, more options for people. So that'd be exciting for the game. 1.9. Woo!
Yeah. But it's the long game, man. It's the long game. So I mean, shout out to Messi, man. So damn, you able to sit back and say 1.9 billion on the piece of paper? Nah, I'm good.
I also saw something else, and it was interesting to me. And it was a guy saying, I forget who he was. It was a tweet. He was saying Messi is the greatest male athlete of all time. He said, not Michael Jordan, not Tom Brady, not Bill Russell, one of these guys. And the reason why is because more people play the game worldwide. So if you're the best ever in a game that, let's say, 1 billion people play, compared to being the best ever in a game that 100 million people play, is different. Now, once again, I'm not a soccer aficionado, so I can't tell you all the awards he won and championships and this, that, and the third. But what's your thoughts on that? On Messi?
I mean, I think it's impossible for us to sit here and say who's the best male athlete. I know we have these talks all the time, but like I don't think it's fair to MJ, Tom, whoever you put on that list. I don't think it's fair to either one of those guys. And then the same when we talk women's sports. Like, I don't think it's fair to them just because you can be a hell of a football player, as we all know, but obviously you're not going to be able to go out there and do what Messi does and vice versa. Like Messi, he's not going to be able to leave that soccer field and go on the court and do what MJ did. So at the end of the day, Messi is the best soccer player that ever played a game. Let's leave it at that. If you feel as though MJ was the best basketball player, but I don't think it's fair to be like, oh, you're the best male athlete when everybody has their respective sport that they're playing. I just don't think it's fair. So obviously, for talking points, for argumentative type situations, we can have this talk. Hey, just the best male athlete, But I don't think it's fair.
All right, valid. That's a valid. But I thought when I saw the tweet, I was like, oh shit, okay, that's a good point. There's a lot more people. The game been around obviously a lot longer. It's a universal, not universal. It's an international game. More international has been. But I thought it was an interesting point. But that's fair.
And even
but if I had to pick the GOAT.
But even if though, like we talking about athlete, like I would go with a dual sport. Like I would do it. I would go with somebody who's able to play multiple professional sports at a high level. If you talking about athlete, you know what I'm saying? Like,
now you talking about Prime, Bo Jackson. I mean, Ohtani, even though he's playing the same sport, doing two different things and being top 5 at both of them, he would have to be in the argument. But Usain Bolt, I mean, I don't think he lost when he was on his run. Did he lose in the Olympics? Like 100, 200, 4x1? Floyd, 50-0.
So again, man, we could probably have this argument.
Yeah, that's an argument. Baby Gronk
forever.
Speaking of Baby Gronk, now we know who the best gonna be in the future. Nah, we got to talk about this great Baby Gronk situation. Been everywhere. I think this is exactly what Baby Gronk pops wanted. This is what he's been trying to get for years now, based on all the DMs being released all over my timeline. So Baby Gronk's dad, been putting his, son, all over, putting a lot of videos out, kind of making him almost a heel, a villain, talking trash, cutting promos, taking trips, taking visits to college. Also, out there, looks like he's dominating on the field, and I believe dominating in baseball as well, wherever he's from. But what's your thoughts on Baby Gronk and his really? It's not really about him. It is about him, but it's really not. It's really about his pops. So, what's your thoughts on what's going on with that whole Baby Gronk situation?
Man, I get it. Just the culture that we in right now with the social media stuff and shit, even with this NIL stuff, you know what I mean? But as a dad, I can't rock with it. I can't rock with it because at the end of the day, you putting your son in a position that he really can't handle himself. You know what I mean? And as a dad, I couldn't see myself put my child out there. And if you want to say exploiting, then by all means, whatever word you want to use. But I couldn't see myself put my child.
I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't say exploiting.
Well, what?
I wouldn't say exploit because
So how old is Baby Gronk?
I believe he's 11.
11 years old. So do we know history on Baby Gronk's dad? Like did he play sports?
I would assume probably athlete didn't make
high school.
Vicariously living, once again, based on purely assumption, vicariously living, through his son. I would assume he's probably around our age. So 10. Somebody said 10. It's tough. It's tough. Like I said, I wouldn't say exploit because we both know of parents who have done some bad things when it comes to their kids, putting them in positions, doing hustling. I think his dad is a hustler, and yeah, he's going too far. You putting your kid in the spot. If you're doing it for yourself, that's one thing, but doing it with your kid. But the reason he does have good intentions, right? He wants to say, he's like, hey, based on what I've heard him say and when I've heard him speak, look, this is the world we live in. It's a different world than when y'all grew up, 11 years old. You can make a name. You can do this for yourself.
I agree with that.
My kid to be set, regardless if he goes pro or not. He may tear an ACL. He may do this. He may not be this big-time player that he is now. So I want to set him up with some money and this, that, and the third. He's saying, he's eating right. He's taking care. He's practicing all the time. He's not on his, iPad or video games all day. So I get it from that standpoint. And he probably does feel like he's doing, the right thing by his kid. And he is involved in his kid's life at the same time.
Yeah. So I mean, I respect that. But
so I get it. I definitely get it. And he maybe he'll even mature a little bit more and be like, all right, once his kid goes through maybe some negative things, which I hope never happens. I hope baby Gronk goes on to be a first-round pick, a Hall of Fame player, whatever it may be. But when you put that target on your kid's back, and everywhere he shows up, everybody, kids, parents included, you know how it is. It's that target on your back. And as a kid, if you create that, that's one thing. But for your parent to create that for you, that's where it gets tough. That's where it gets sticky. But
And my only suggestion, who am I? But as a parent, and you've seen it, I'm pretty sure you've seen it growing up where, you had some kids who parents was like, it was all about this. Like, we're gonna put everything into this sport, you're gonna train, you're gonna do X, Y, and Z, even though the training process, I think, is drastically different than when we were growing up. Where you got a lot of student athletes that's just focusing on this one sport. We're gonna train all year round for this one sport. At 10 years old, at some point, you still gotta let that child be a child. You know what I mean? So at 10 years old, man, let baby Gronk be a baby. You know what I'm saying? Because he's only gonna have this time for a short period of time. Obviously, in the next 5 or 6 years, we can really get into the training and focusing on whatever you want to focus on. But because again, I've seen it where, baby Gronk get to 16, 17, like, Pop, man, I was doing that for you. I don't want to do this no more.
Burn out.
So again, you burn out. So again, Pops, up to that point, might set baby Gronk up, with some NIL money, got some bread or whatever the case may be, just set aside for him. And Pops can be like, you know what? I did my job. I set you up for a good future. But, my only thing as a, father of 3, man, in sports, obviously I want to see my youngins go out there and have fun and succeed. But man, let baby Gronk be a kid. But Pop's probably like, look, I got $500,000 in the bank off of baby Gronk right now. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah. And so once again, I can see it from that point, especially once again, when you talk about people around our age, we were like, before, as kids, there was like no social media, there was no going viral, there was no, trying to be a content creator. Now I did my daughter's career day, and ask the kids what they want to be when you grow up. Damn, they have 3rd grade class. They want to be streamers, YouTubers, regardless of what it may be, but that's what they want. So that's what they see. So it is a different generation in that standpoint. And we are kind of like, one of those first groups of parents that grew up and saw the invent of all these different social media. So, and a lot of people, we grew up in a different space. Like we didn't have to seek out headlines or search out people. You were probably one of the best athletes in your area. So you went and played somewhere. When you went and did these things, people showed up. People knew who you were. People knew who people you were competing against were. It's different for probably his dad. His dad probably never had that. So when he saw that opportunities for his son to be that, it's a lot of people we know. We see it every day with people searching for clout, searching for their 5 seconds of fame for themselves. So as a parent, I can see it. But once again, let your kid be a kid. And at the same time, hoping for the best. I never, I'm sure you are as well for baby Gronk and others like him, because it ain't just baby Gronk. There's a lot of parents that are on this same wave, trying to do this for their kids. But hoping for the best, baby Gronk.
Yeah, man.
Hoping for the best. What else you want to get to, man? What's next?
What we talking, man? Zion Williamson, man. Thoughts on his current situation right now? I don't. My man D, but I had to take the hat off, scratch his head on this one.
Game ain't the same no more, man.
Not at all, man. So again, with the social media and shit, a lot of people can go in there and voice their opinions, can talk about their business. What's your thoughts on this Zion situation with this young lady going crazy right now?
Yeah, man,
going crazy.
And if we had him, this is one of those things as a teammate or something, you're gonna clown your teammate about it. One of your homeboys in the group chat, you definitely gonna clown him about it. But outside of that, zooming out, seeing the big picture, man, Gronk, a young man, very young man from a small city out there in South Carolina, small place. You know, it's a whole new world. My man had a lot of free time on his hands. My man got a lot of money, a lot of influence. And you think about all these
Trick Daddy Williamson,
21, 22-year-olds. You was out there spanking off, doing your thing to whoever. You could just slide a DM and they hit you right back. Everybody, we don't know how everybody would have lived that life. You know what I mean?
Easy work, huh?
I got much more of a problem with the young ladies and what they're doing with their name. But once again, the attention, I feel like, is the root of all evil at this point in the world. And everybody want their 5 seconds, 5 minutes of fame. So I think Shorty's still tweeting or DMing and doing whatever. But, I mean, based on the messages I saw, it seems like Zion's a pretty respectful young man. You know?
Yeah, not out of.
It's a different game these days, man. You gotta be careful.
You gotta be careful, man. Gotta be careful. I think that's the biggest, not the biggest take, but one of the takes. You gotta be careful. You know what I mean? You gotta know who you're dealing with at the end of the day. But man, yeah, we can't. Man.
Ooh, Zion, but hey, the pictures that he posted, he looked in shape. He looked. You know, the picture he posted at the baby shower, he definitely looked in shape.
Shit, burning a lot of calories.
Hey, look this. Hey, listen, man. Once again, it's a different. We're 2023 now. If a lot of people knew what their favorite athletes were doing in 2003 and in 2005, you know,
that's a fact.
You
would did the same thing D. Butters did. Take your hat off and scratch your head.
That's what I'm saying. It's a wild world out there, man. But Zion, once again, young. I'm sure he's learning.
Be safe. Be safe, Zion.
Be safe.
Be safe. That's, you know what I'm saying? You can go out. Like you said, he young, got some bread. You know, be safe, man. Be safe out here.
But continuing in the Zion news. Pelicans 2 days ago released this. Shout out to Zion Williamson, partnered with Jefferson Parish Schools for their summer bridge program. Zion's foundation donated $250,000, $250,000 right there, to the school system to help with uniform costs for the children. So shout out to Zion, man. Obviously some good PR, but you're doing some good things. I'm sure he's done plenty of good things before this as well. In the community where he's playing. I'm sure they need it out there as well. So shout out to Zion for this, man. I'm sure this got more headlines, made more headlines than it typically would have on any other day. So good move by the Pelicans as well, man.
Facts. I was about to say that. Fact. Pelicans were like, ho. We got ho. Slow your roll. Man. But $250,000.
That's good.
Donating. That's big. That's big time.
That's good, man. That's good. What else we got, man? Hopefully we see Zion on the court, man. Hopefully we see him on the court. He was obviously a very unique player coming out, number one player coming out. A lot of hype coming out. Much like this Victor Wembanyama kid that's coming out this year, should be the number one pick. But hopefully we see him on the court in that Pelicans uniform doing his thing.
Damn, man. We got a lot. We got a lot to show, man. So Mayweather had an exhibition fight.
Did you even know this was taking place?
I knew it was taking place, but I wasn't gonna pay for it. I was not gonna pay for it. And got a little crazy. Did Tone put a video in?
I believe.
Yep. He did.
He ready to get knocked out after the fight too.
So I guess he didn't like the fact that the referee called the fight, so he still wanted to get some work in. You see Floyd hit him with a little right hook, got him out of there, backed him up on the ropes, and Floyd's security crew came in
40 deep in the ring.
About 40 deep. But Floyd a smart businessman. Still getting money off of pay-per-view. He's been retired for a few years. goes around having these exhibition fights, man, and still getting this money, man. Your thoughts, man? Or do you have any thoughts?
I mean, I don't know what he's getting, so I can never just tell a man stop making money, especially if it's easy money. He probably go in there, train for a week, run around for 30 minutes, and if he clearing, whatever work, it's obviously working for him. Dude, he's made a lot of money. He's got his own promotion company. The money, all that stuff. Me personally, I would say, sit your ass down somewhere, Floyd. But once again, I don't know what he's making. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. He got to be doing something if he out here getting in this ring with these folks. But that was when I first saw it, I was like, oh, that looks staged. That was a little fake. Might have been a work. Who is John Gotti to? Is that like a pro boxer or is that like?
I mean, I think he does some type of boxing. I mean, I'm not sure.
Okay. I'm assuming he's related to D Gotti.
Somewhere down the line.
Okay.
What Tone? What the Nicolette Gotti's post? What it say?
Oh, no, I did see that. That was very strong racial undertones.
Oh, he wasn't?
Or overtones, should I say? Nicolette was like some chick. I think was his sister or something like that. I don't know. She was like basically like to get those animals running the ring, made a threat on Floyd's daughter. Talking about her and her young boy situation. So it was a lot of bullshit. But
no, we can say
Floyd,
all that.
One of the GOATs. I would say sitting out somewhere. His record, once again, like AB said, these are exhibitions, so they won't go on his record. But he gotta be doing something behind the scenes. Speaking of GOATs, Djokovic, he got number 23. To capture his Grand Slam title number 23, which ties him with the great Serena Williams, right?
Yeah.
So I know you follow tennis
Grand Slam. Yeah.
closer than I do. Is this the GOAT right now? I know they tried to ban him with the
COVID with the vaccine, but I definitely think he's one of the. Obviously, you're gonna continue to have folks come in the sport and do great things, but you can definitely put that back up there because that's impressive. My fault. First man in history to win each Grand Slam tournament title at least 3 times. That's crazy.
Wow.
That's crazy. You got the Australian Open. He's just dominating there 10 times. The Roland Garros 3 times. The Wimbledon 7 times. The U.S. Open 3 times as well. So just off those numbers alone, man, he's, like you said, he's rewriting the history books. I definitely put him down as one of the greatest, not probably, at the top of the game right now. So shoot, man, congrats to Novak Djokovic.
For sure, man. I know he missed some tournaments, some matches, like you said, over the last few years that they wouldn't allow him in because of the jab or whatever. But shout out to Djokovic, man. Hey, something in that water over in Serbia.
Hey.
You got him, you got the Joker doing his thing. Jeez,
getting
man.
it done.
About doing that thing, man. I've been seeing you on the speaking circuit, man, dropping gems, going around as you at UK with our guy Brad White right there, who's the D coordinator out there at University of Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
I also saw you and Edge speaking to our Colts rookies as well. I know that was very, very valuable for them, man. A lot of gems I know coming from them two right there. You and Adrian James, of course, 2 Colts legends, man. But how's your circuit been going, man? Your speaking circuit?
Nah, man, it's been going good, and just like you said, just giving back to the young guys, man. Just paying it forward, and just being able to drop some gems and give them some knowledge of some things that we've learned along the way, and that could potentially help them sooner than when it helped us. A lot of stuff that knowledge that we were able to gain was on the back end of our career. So to be able to get a young guy that game early in their career, just trying to, do our part, man. And I know you do it all the time. And it's a lot of other guys that do it as well. But so this is probably the biggest fraternity that there is.
Yeah.
When you're able to put those pads on, put that helmet on, and walk on that field. So in some form of fashion, man, we all family. So just being able to go out there and do it the right way.
Good. You kind of answered this, but I think it's a good question from Tone Gaines. Why is that, paying it forward, giving it back? Why is that important to you?
Because for one, especially like in high school and college, I appreciate it when a OG or old head will come back and give game, right? So for me, I want to see all the youngest succeed. Like when you think about 80% of the NFL players after retired after 5 years, they go broke or they're in some type of financial hardship.
Mm-hmm.
And now when you talk about like, I'm at UK, they talking about this player right here getting 40,000 a month for a year, or this player getting, what I'm saying? So it's like that type of stuff that they walking into is some information that they need. Like it's just not about, I got $1 million, I'm good. Like nah, like we need to talk about the tax implications. We need to talk about these different things. So where some people might not be giving them that information. So for me, man, I just want to be able to give as much information to these young athletes as possible, just coming from my viewpoint. You know what I mean? My viewpoint of what I've seen, what I've been through. The next man's viewpoint might be a little different, but I can give you what I've been through and how I've dealt with different situations, man. So just want to see the young cats succeed. That's at the end of the day. That's what it's all about.
That's important, man. That's important. Good shit, though, man. Good shit.
Yeah.
What else did we miss, man? Speaking of giving back, I saw somebody mention the Isaiah Rodgers situation. Obviously, our old squad. Another player unfortunately got caught up. In that gambling stuff. Look, man, if you're a professional athlete, just wait. I promise you it ain't worth it. It'll be there, and it'll probably be legal wherever you're gonna be living at by the time you retire. Just wait. Sports betting, sports gambling will be there, but it's not worth it. We were playing, and this was before you can even just pick up a phone and just do it anywhere. But I know for me, I was terrified of getting caught or even going into that realm and doing it. So I stayed fully away from it. That was, as players, I felt like we were more afraid of that than, getting popped for something else. So just be smart, man. Just wait. It will be there. These people, they will know. I think we know.
I think they have. I think they have their. I don't think I've heard. They have their own department now, and that's all they do is look for this type of stuff, players, or they look for connections of, okay, well, this person's be making this type bet. They have some type of connection. Like they have a system for it. So yeah, you might get away with it once or twice, but please believe the people are watching, and the money that you're gonna make off you winning a bet, 9 times out of 10, it's not gonna be nothing compared to what you're making already.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So like D-Bus said, like, bro, like please wait, man, because again, now you talk about betting. Now you'll be lucky if they give you 8 games. You'll be lucky if they give you a year.
Yeah.
But then they tell you, yo, you can't play this game no more. You're gonna be sick, and you don't got nobody to blame but yourself, because it's already in the books. Do not bet. So again, like if you think you slick, you smarter than the next person, I'm gonna be able to get away with it. Shit, you're gonna learn the hard way.
Yeah, and we know how it is. You on the road. Once again, it's team hotel, it's team facilities, team planes. Like it's so many loopholes that you have to go through to do it right. It's just not worth doing. It's just that simple, honestly, in my opinion. Just wait, please, please, please. I hate to see Calvin Ridley, Isaiah Rodgers, these guys losing valuable years and time in the prime of their careers because of this. So he's taking responsibility for it, obviously, but hopefully he learns from it and other people learn from it as well. You don't have to always learn from your own mistakes. You can learn from other people's mistakes as well. But I just hope they don't try to make an example out of them. But yeah, man, just wait, please.
Yeah. Let's talk about this. Before we get out of here, talk about some NFL stuff, man. We got Dalvin Cook.
Mm-hmm.
Dalvin Cook. 'Cause this is an interesting topic, right?
27.
Vikings released Dalvin Cook, 27 years old. I think he's coming off of 3 straight Pro Bowls.
Yeah, probably. I think 3,000 or 4,000 yard seasons too.
3. Well, okay, that's what I meant to say. 3,000-yard seasons. Like, I know we've been talking about the value of the position, your running back position. Like, what do you think? What do you think? Like, the running back position is going. So we have Saquon Barkley now. You know, he stated that, you know, I'm not going to be at mandatory minicamp.
Yep.
He hasn't signed his franchise tag. He hasn't signed that yet. Like, where do you think the running back position is going, even from now? You know what I mean?
I think unfortunately it's continuing to go down. It's the market is business, and obviously we know football is a game. But then once you get to this level now, we see it in high school and even college, we see the business behind it, and it's basically when you are on the open market as a independent contractor or as a player, whatever, you only gonna get what you can negotiate. So if they're setting a market around you, it's gonna be tough for you to break through that. And we're seeing it with Josh Jacobs, like you say. I believe he just led the league in rushing, right? Coming off a league leading year in rushing yards. Once again, in the prime of his career, still in his 20s. Saquon Barkley, number 2 overall pick. He's coming off one of his best years, being healthy. It's tough for that position, man. It really is. So, I mean, unfortunately, I think it'll continue to go this way because it's a running back by committee thing now. You look at the past Super Bowl winners. I don't know how many, like, haven't had a 1,000-yard rusher on the team. So, unfortunately, that's just kind of the trend of where that position is going. You've seen it happen with safeties for some years, and you see some guys break through. Derwin James, Justin Simmons, Minkah Fitzpatrick, Jesse Bates. They get these big deals, but then after Budda Baker and after them, it's a big fall off. So it's just a tough position to break through. We saw Bijan Robinson get drafted in the top 10. Jahmyr Gibbs got drafted at 12, so it's good to see him starting to get drafted high again. But it's just tough overall for that position. Dalvin Cook, 27 years old, and a free agent on June 12th. Like that's nuts. But where would you like to see him land though? Being that he is a healthy running back in the prime, what team? I know I got a couple that come to mind for sure.
So down there where y'all at, I think Miami will be a good fit for him. Sure, I even think Denver with Russell Wilson and what they got going on out there, Sean Payton, I think that'll be a good fit as well. I think that those would be my top 2 teams.
Yeah, Miami obviously would be a good one. Hometown kid as well. But I think Ravens would be good. Been banged up in the backfield, got talent back there, and I think the Rams. Will be another squad.
That's a good fit.
You got Cam Akers there, I believe, still. But that's Sean McVay. You think about Sean McVay and even Sean Payton's offense. The first thing that comes to mind for most people is, the passing numbers, the gaudy passing numbers, Drew Brees, Matt Stafford throwing the ball a ton. But those offenses, those systems start with that run game. And that play action game, that outside inside zone. So I think those would be a couple teams that would be a great fit for me. This is a player who's good with the ball in his hands, running the ball, and good catching the ball out of the backfield. So hopefully we see him land on his feet pretty soon here.
Yeah. So man, I gotta hop off, man.
Yes, sir.
On 11 o'clock stop. But good being back.
Facts.
We're back with the fam, man. Had a lot to catch up on today.
For
Tonight, game 5, Denver, Miami Heat. Can the Denver Nuggets close it out tonight? We will see.
Nope.
All right. Tomorrow.
Hey. Oh, go ahead.
So, I mean, tomorrow, Florida Panthers, Las Vegas Knights. Can the Knights close it out? Or can the Florida teams keep fighting? Can they keep pushing?
Panthers are 7. Heat
Okay.
7.
Okay.
Heat tonight. I know my dog got to go. Heat tonight. I have the same game parlay up on the FanDuel Sportsbook. Once again, if you are an athlete, stay away from it. Wait. But they are the presenting sponsor of the Man to Man Pod. So we have a read for you listeners and a code for you to use as well. So it's almost time to crown an NBA champion. Almost, but not yet. FanDuel wants you to be a part of the excitement because right now, new customers can get a no-sweat bet up to $2,500. That is $2,500 back in bonus bets if your first bet doesn't win. Like my Miami Heat will win tonight. There's no better place to place a bet. All the finals action, no better place than America's #1 sports book. Once again, if you're an athlete, stay your ass away. But everybody else, let's go. Visit FanDuel.com/M2M Live and get a no sweat first bet up to $2,500. FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. Appreciate y'all. I'm out. Shout out to y'all. It was good to be back. Shout out to FanDuel, of course. Check the FanDuel app for my same game parlay. That will be up later. Speaking of FanDuel, I'll be on FanDuel TV in a few minutes with Kay Adams on Up and Adams. Appreciate y'all rocking. We had a lot to catch up on. And we'll see you guys on Monday. Hopefully, we'll be still talking about these finals. Hopefully. Get your 30 minutes in, too. We go.
Man to man, yeah, we talking. Man to man, they can't guard me. Man to man, they don't wanna see us. Man to man, they don't know how to beat us. Man to man, 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 yeah, man to man. That's in me, that's why I want it so bad. Must be the hustler in me that keep my foot on the gas. When you got it from nothing and hard times ain't so bad. Just know I'm coming for everything that they said I couldn't have. I put my life inside it, yeah, I kept it solid. Yeah, I played the field, that's how I feel about it. We put numbers on the board, we always up the score. Yeah, we stuck to the plan and never ran. Now they can't see it, man. Yeah, we talking, man to man. They can't guard me, man